Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE here, as it's time for the go-home shows heading into our first premium live events of the season. The Smackdown and NXT co-branded WrestleMania Backlash and the Raw solo premium live event Vengeance. Two big shows, two stack cards ready to be complete and finalized. I'll go over the cards as always right at the end of the video, and we've got the match card video on Thursday, and then the premium live events on Saturday, most likely. Might be Sunday, probably Saturday though. As without further ado, let's just get into it with, as always, an episode of Monday Night Raw, which gets underway with the contract signing for the WWE Championship match between the champion Kyle O'Reilly and the former champion Adam Cole. Both men coming down, both men getting into the ring, sitting across from each other, ready to sign the contracts for their WWE Championship rematch at Vengeance. Now, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly going back and forth as they've done for months now. Kyle O'Reilly saying he'll prove himself again, saying that Adam Cole continues to underestimate him even though he beat him at WrestleMania in the main event for this WWE Championship to win it. Kyle is still underestimated by Adam Cole, and so Kyle says he'll prove himself again and again and again and again until it gets into Adam Cole's thick skull that Kyle O'Reilly belongs here in the main event with the WWE Championship. Kyle O'Reilly belongs here, and Adam Cole saying that Kyle O'Reilly continues to get lucky with the US title, with War Games, with the Royal Rumble, with WrestleMania, but someday his luck runs out, and when it does, Adam Cole, baby, will be there to reclaim what is his, and what is his is the WWE Championship, because no one does it better. There is not a single professional wrestler on this planet who can go toe-to-toe in the ring with the best there is, was, and ever gonna be Adam Cole, baby. And Kyle O'Reilly definitely cannot. He can get lucky, sure, but at Vengeance, his luck runs out once and for all, and Adam Cole takes back what is his. There is a reason that since he arrived on Smackdown in August 2020, Adam Cole has only spent a grand total of 6 months without a world championship round his waist. There is a reason that in 2 years, in 2 WrestleManias, Adam Cole main evented in the World Championship match. And that reason is because Adam Cole is better than everyone. Adam Cole is the face of this company and of this business, and he gets the belt back to prove it at Vengeance. The two men continue going back and forth. In the end, they don't really get the time to sign the contract, as Kyle flips the table and just storms into Adam Cole. Clearly had enough of Adam Cole talking down to him and degrading him. Storms into a massive brawl breaking out. Security trying to break him out. Adam Cole tries to roll out the ring to escape, but Kyle O'Reilly fights off the security and chases after him to the back for a 100. Things between Cole and O'Reilly, as ever, fever pitch before it's time to kick off the show with a triple threat match that's been building since the Raw after WrestleMania, between the fabulous Frederick Fairchild, MJF, and The Miz. All 3 men with massive personalities, wanting to prove that they are better than the other 2. And all 3 men going at it and giving everything they've got. But in the end, the winner of this triple threat match, and the one earning the bragging rights, is MJF, the inevitable MJF at that, forcing the fabulous Frederick Fairchild to submit with the salt of the earth for an 80. Good little opener here. 79 Miz, 72 Frederick, 63 MJF, as MJF comes out on top here on Raw, gets his arm raised. Miz grabbing her at a mic like, no. You're not better than me. I'm the Miz. I'm better than you, Maxwell. Always have been, always will be. You are a cheap imitation. And you can force Freddy over there to tap out. Don't mean a damn thing. That don't mean you're better than me. You want a real challenge? Then get the clown out of this. Vengeance. You and me. MJF versus The Miz, the match the world has been waiting for. And I will plant your ass down I will crush your skull. I will break your dreams. I will pin you 1, 2, 3, and I will prove once and for all that I am the Miz and I am better than MJF. For a 94, impassioned post-match promo from the Miz, making a challenge. MJF, of course, accepting at Vengeance. MJF one-on-one with the Miz, in which sure to be an absolute banger of a match. As then we go backstage and we find Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly still brawling it out. Adam Cole trying to get away a bit, and Kyle O'Reilly, though, chasing him down, catching up to him, brawling out again. And yeah, Adam Cole kind of pushing Kyle off him and tossing, stuff him, garbage can or whatever, before escaping again. Kyle getting up and chasing after him for a 100. These two men continue to go at it. A 100 for the segment. Very good. As next up, out comes the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Broserweights, Matt Riddle, Pete Dunne, and they're not happy. They call out the Celtic Warriors, the cowards who attacked them. They say the Celtic Warriors want to do this, then let's do it right here, right now. The Celtic Warriors coming out and saying, no. We'll take those championships back. At Vengeance, thank you very much. And then Sheamus saying that ever since WrestleMania, he's been waiting and wanting to bro kick that stupid, goofy smile off the face of Matt Riddle. So next up, a 100 for that, first of all. And then next up, Sheamus taking on one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Matt Riddle. 1-on-1 here. And in the end, both men going at it. Matt Riddle fighting as he always does. Sheamus trying to overpower him, but Matt Riddle staying in the fight. In the end, Matt Riddle getting the advantage a little bit, setting up for his bro mission when Sheamus gives him a swift old bro kick to the nuts, getting disqualification for that low blow. Matt Riddle coming out on top via DQ. An 87, an amazing match between these two. 93 Riddle, 73 Sheamus, both doing really well. As Sheamus, getting a little bit of revenge over Riddle with a dick kick, but Matt Riddle winning by disqualification here. As the Cody Warriors somewhat stand tall. They're outside the ring, Pete Dunne inside, but still, again, the bragging right. Is that the word? Matt Riddle is nursing a groin right now, and Sheamus is standing tall. So you can decide who is the winner in that situation, I guess. As then, it's time for a promo from one Portela Muerte. And Portela Muerte is in a dark and smoky setting, and feels to be a graveyard with 4 graves and 4 covered tombstones. And Portela starts talking. She says, "When I arrived in October, my crusade began to rid the WWE of the institution that had it round the neck and was choking the life from it. My crusade began here." And she pulls back one of the cloths on the first tombstone. The only tombstone that's filled in, that doesn't have a big hole, that the dirt has been filled in. And the tombstone reads Charlotte Flair from her date of birth to the date of Halloween Havoc. And Portela Muerte says, "Halloween Havoc, I buried Charlotte alive. And she can come back, but I took a part of her and I buried that, I know that." And saying that Charlotte, the face of everything wrong with this company, with this industry. Charlotte, overused and under-talented. She had to be first. But you have to be second. And she rips off the one of the tomb, the cloth on the tomb next to Charlotte, and it reads Sasha Banks. And Portela says, "You, Sasha, with your arrogance, you had to be next." You see, the 4 horsewomen, as you call yourselves, are a disease. And I will rip that disease from this business one by one, limb by limb, if I must. And Charlotte was first, and you are next. My mind is only on you. My eyes are only on you, Sasha. You can run and you can hide. You can show up to vengeance, or you cannot. But I am Portela Muerte, the bringer of death. And death comes for us all. But right now, death comes for you. For an 86, strong words again from Portela Muerte. She wants Sasha Banks. She wants the 4-horsewoman. But right now she wants Sasha Banks especially and clearly. As then we go to the ring for a confrontation of sorts. Tommaso Ciampa, the Hardcore Champion, calling out Damian Priest. You know, he says, I'll start messing around. You want me, come out right here right now. Damian Priest coming out. The two men exchanging words. Priest saying he is ready to be a WWE champion to get some gold around his waist, and that championship, the Hardcore Championship, is perfect. He lives the hardcore lifestyle. He'll take on all comers, shown by his WrestleMania victory over the Demon, the Fiend, and the Killer. And so Tommaso Ciampa, the Blackheart, he does not scare Damian Priest, and Tommaso Ciampa is saying Damian Priest, maybe he should be scared. Because Tommaso Ciampa, all his career, has done whatever it takes to win. And congratulations, you beat what? Cross, Bray, Finn, who cares? You can beat all those guys, but at the end of the day, you will not beat Tommaso Ciampa. When the two men are interrupted by the Brit and Brawlers, Danny Burke and Oney Lorcan, who float around the Hardcore title division. Ciampa beating Lorcan, I want to say, at the beginning of the month as well. And they say that the Hardcore Championship, the only people who should be next in line is Birch and Lorcan, two fighters, legitimate fighters, ready and willing to beat the hell out of any man, anywhere, anytime, any place. Not a playboy, pretty boy like Damian Priest, not Tommaso Ciampa, who could break his neck again any minute. No, Birch and Lorcan for a 92, leading to an impromptu can they coexist situation, as we all love, as Ciampa and Priest team up to take on the Brit and Brawlers, and in the end, the odd couple pairing of Priest and Ciampa come out on top. Ciampa pinning Lorcan with the fairy tale ending, as symbolically Priest also hits the reckoning on Birch at the same time and pins him for a 79. Good match, 84 Ciampa, 75 Priest, 39 Lorcan, 45 Birch, all doing pretty well. As Priest and Ciampa get their arms raised, both trying to take credit for the win a little bit here, get into an argument and get into a bit of a scuffle as Priest and Ciampa kind of brawling out. Eventually security sent rushing out to break things apart for an 89. Security getting overworked tonight, evidences, as we go backstage to Drake Maverick on a little, hand radio. And he's flustered about all of this nonsense. Kayla coming up and asking a question about it, and he says that this show is crazy right now, heading into Vengeance. All these brawls, all this having some security out constantly, it's so much, and he sees a scuffle going on over there. He says, "Excuse me, Kayla, I gotta go sort this." He rushes over, hey, what's going on here? And he sees Tozawa, Ruiz, Everett, all kind of crowding, going after R-Truth, and Maverick pulling them apart and saying, "What the hell is all of this?" And Tozawa says, he's got it again. And Drake says, he's got what? And Tozawa said, he's got the 24/7 championship. And Drake Maverick says, what? And R-Truth says, I ain't never heard of the 24/7 championship. And Tozawa says, that! And he points at R-Truth shit, and he pulls it up, and he's got the 24/7 title, and he says, oh, you mean the 48/7 championship? And that accurate child kind of face palming again and saying, yes! And R-Truth says, oh. And Drake Maverick kind of, trying to pull things apart, but then kind of keeps looking at the 24/7 title, a bit like Gollum and wondering that title again. And Drake Maverick, in the end, rolling up R-Truth and winning the 24/7 title for a 44 here. The other men, R-Truth especially, trying to go for Drake Maverick, where he says, hold on. I am the general manager around here. No one can touch me. If any of you touch me, you will be fired, okay? And Drake Maverick, 24/7 champion, and using his iron fist to keep a hold of that 24/7 championship for the moment here. As then we go to a matchup between, kind of an exhibition really, between the number one contender to the Women's World Championship, Naomi, and Sarai, the Warrior of the Sun, the NXT current Japan superstar, giving her a chance to showcase on Raw. Naomi looking to show what she's got heading to that championship with Io Shirai. And in the end, Naomi picking up the win with that split-legged moonsault for a 67. Good match. 76 Naomi, 40 Shirai. Both doing pretty well. Shirai putting in a good effort. But Naomi comes out on top in the end over Shirai. And continues building momentum into her Women's World Championship match come Vengeance. Before it's time for a special edition, the first edition in years as well, of Talk is Jericho. And Chris Jericho coming out and introducing his special guest, the current, for the next 6 days or so, Intercontinental Champion Montez Ford. Ford coming out, and Jericho asking Ford how it feels. How it feels one last time to hold that championship in his arms, because his days are numbered. Vengeance, Y2J, the greatest professional wrestler of all time, Chris Jericho, wins that title. Le Champion returns and gets the gold he made famous. And Montez Ford saying he ain't ready to let go of it yet. Chris Jericho is great. One of the greatest of all time without question. But Montez Ford is building his legacy. The legacy Chris Jericho already has, Montez Ford is only just beginning to build his. And his legacy includes beating Chris Jericho and retaining this Intercontinental title, I promise you. And Jericho saying, well, you know what? Even after I beat you, you can beat that. You can hold that belt. You can keep it. Why would I want that? No. I'm the champion is bringing back a bit of je ne sais quoi. A bit of class to proceedings. No. When I beat you at Vengeance, Montez, I'm bringing back this. And he pulls back the cloth on a bit of podium, and it's that classic Intercontinental Championship design that was around before the white belt was originally introduced by Cody Rhodes. You know the one I'm talking about. The ones that's a bit thinner, cylinder. I'll put a picture on the screen if I should remember, so it'll probably be there, and you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. Jericho saying he will beat Montez Ford at Vengeance, and he will bring back this Intercontinental title, Le Champion, bringing some class and some je ne sais quoi to proceedings for a 92. Good little addition of Talk is Jericho as we continue to head towards Montez Ford's massive match with Y2J Chris Jericho at Vengeance. Before next up in the main event, it's a big match between Dolph Ziggler and making his first appearance on Raw in 13 months. His first match on Raw, in 13 months. His last match on Raw, Monday, week 4, March 2021, when he was WWE Champion still. He is back 13 months later. Randy Orton taking on Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, of course, Dirty Dogs in his corner. Randy Orton accompanied by Angel Garza, who's had his issues with the Dirty Dogs. In the end, I didn't include this in the proceedings. I apologise. We go backstage still, and we find Adam Cole trying to escape in a car. He tells the driver to get the hell out of here. And then you had that spot, you'll remember it hopefully, it's a gif all over, where Teddy Long's in the back of the limo trying to escape The Undertaker, and then the front window rolls down, and Undertaker turns around and he says, "Buckle up, Teddy." We have that one, but it's Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole very quickly makes his way up the limo, Kyle O'Reilly continuing to chase him for a 100. Kyle hell-bent on getting his hands on Adam Cole again here. Before that main event, Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, in the end, your winner. Dirty Dogs try and get involved. Angel Garza does well to fight him off. Dolph Ziggler tries to take advantage of the distraction, goes for the zigzag. Randy shakes him off and implants him with the 3 most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment, RKO. Randy Orton picks up the win on Raw. 81 for the match, 80 Orton, 62 Ziggler. Both doing well. Orton comes out on top, though, in the end. Dolph Ziggler helped up the ramp by the Dirty Dogs as Garza gets in the ring with a mic, and he says, "Don't think you two are getting away with this so easily. No, I've spoke to Drake Maverick. And at Vengeance, it's going to be Robert Roode and James Storm, the Dirty Dogs, versus Randy Orton and Angel Garza 2v2. For a 100, a massive tag match announced for Vengeance. Orton and Garza joining forces to take on the Dirty Dogs, Roode and Storm. Big announcement. Vengeance very, very, finalising very quickly. I'll probably go over the Vengeance card immediately after Raw. Yeah? Or should I do it at the end of the episode? No, I'll do it standard. I'll do it at the end of the episode with the WrestleMania Backlash card. Okay? Yeah, and I'll leave a timestamp in the description for it, probably, if I remember. Fingers crossed I do. As then, the scuffle continues. O'Reilly and Cole brawling out, backs to the ring. Cole running, O'Reilly catching up to him before he can escape, brawling out in the ring, the two men. Drake Maverick sending security to hold them apart, and Drake Maverick on the ramp, saying that's enough, right? You two have been fighting all night long. And if that's what you want, then fine. How about this? At Vengeance, you can fight. Well, for not as long as you want, but for a very long time. Because at Vengeance for the WWE Championship, it will be Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole in a 60-minute Iron Man match for a 100. Massive stipulation added. Cole and O'Reilly for the WWE title. Iron Man, 60 minutes. Who will come out on top with that timeline? We'll have to wait and see. That's all for this Go Home episode of Raw, though, which gets an overall rating of 90. Main event letting it down a bit, but, you know, the segments were incredible. Very happy. The card looking beautiful. Once again, go over it at the end. Timestamp in the description if you want to go right to it now. Official match card video out on Thursday as well. As the build-up to Vengeance is complete, but plenty of build-up still to go. Heading into WrestleMania Backlash, starting off, of course, next up with another episode of NXT. And NXT gets underway, showing the NXT champion Chad Gable, the NXT Japan champion Shinsuke Nakamura, and the NXT UK champion Walter, of course accompanied by Imperium teammates Bartel and Agna, all arriving to the arena for an 88. All ready, contract signing later tonight between those three men specifically for their upcoming Face of NXT triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash. Apologies if my voice sounds off or anything. I have a cold or something, I think, so that's why that is, if my voice does sound off. So apologies for that. I will try and get through this as fast as possible, honestly. And then we go, we stay backstage, even to an interview, as Kayla Braxton interviews Carmelo Hayes, Dakota Kai, Dominic Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio. And yeah, they're ready. Tonight, main event, 4v4, these four versus Legado. They've got their respective matches at WrestleMania Backlash as well. And they're ready for a fight. They really, really are. They all want their revenge. Dakota Kai wants revenge for Zelina Vega taking her out. The Mysterios want revenge for Legado, Carrillo, and Escobar taking them out. Hayes wants some revenge on Andrade. They all want their revenge. They all want to come out on top. And they're all looking forward to getting the chance at WrestleMania Backlash. But first and foremost, getting the chance tonight in that 4v4 main event with Legado that they've got for an 81. Good backstage promo here as well. Before kicking things off with a match between Cora Jade and Persia Parado. Persia Parado, one half of Buffing Your Boyfriend. Buffing Your Boyfriend, 2/5 of hashtag trending, who took out Next Gen last week. Cora Jade, the one left standing, wanting to stand up for herself here, taking on Persia Parado one-on-one, and in the end, Cora Jade comes out on top via disqualification. Tiffany Stratton getting involved, and her and Persia Parado beating down on Cora Jade for a 38. Both women do need to be built up, don't they? 44 for each of them, though, in ring wise. They've both done okay, you know, that's fine. Cora Jade, close, but not close enough. I mean, she does get the win, though, by DQ. Hashtag trending go taunting up the ramp, standing tall, when Cora Jade gets a mic and she issues the challenge. WrestleMania Backlash, a tag team match, and Persia and Tiffany extremely confident. You know, they took out Candice LeRae, they took out Annie Cooper. You know, in their eyes, Cora Jade's all on her own, so they say, fine then, we'll beat you and whatever little friend you can find at WrestleMania Backlash. So a tag team match set for then, 47 for that. Yeah, good match, good post-match segment. I'm happy. Enough, just got to build these people up, as I always say, don't I? Following over to a match between Brian Kendrick and John Morrison, just a little cruiserweight showcase of sorts as John Morrison comes out on top with a Starship Pain for a 67, 69 Jomo, 45 for Brian Kendrick, as John Morrison comes out on top here. And then we cut to a promo from Tony D'Angelo talking about the importance of family, saying that nothing in this world is more important than family. It's all about family. And I'm Tony D. I'm a popular guy. I got plenty of family, and me and my family are ready to take over NXT. NXT has a new dawn coming. This is my land. This is my turf. Tony D is coming to NXT. 49, good promo. Tony D'Angelo got to build him up as well, haven't I? But he is coming to NXT and he is bringing his self-described family with him. As then we go to a 6-man tag team match before Trey Griffin, Cedric Alexander and Ricochet compete in a triple threat match for the Cruiserweight Championship at WrestleMania Backlash. They team tonight, all going to, show off what they can do in a 3v3 match against Lucha House Party. In the end, Griffin, Cedric and Ricochet do come out on top. Trey pins Lince Dorado with the Meteora for a 75. Pretty good match. 76 Ricochet, 72 Cedric, 67 for Trey, 67 Kalisto, 60 Grand Metalik, 53 Lince Dorado. All doing well. Good match, another Cruiserweight showcase of sorts. As before, these three men face off in a triple threat match, just getting a chance to show off what they can do, and they do show what they can do, and you have to imagine they look forward to that triple threat match for the Cruiserweight title come WrestleMania Backlash. As then we go to Kayla Braxton interviewing Legado, Andrade, Zelina Vega, Humberto Carrillo and Santos Escobar, all ready for that 4v4 main event and all ready for their matches at WrestleMania Backlash. They say that this is the beginning of Legado's march to bigger and better things post-WrestleMania. Carrillo and Escobar getting the Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships back, Zelina Vega becoming the NXT Women's Champion, and Andrade shutting the mouth of Carmelo Hayes on his way to the top of NXT. They say that Legado is legacy, Legado is pride, Legado is honor, Legado is gold, Legado is NXT, and Legado is coming straight to the top for his 73. Good little promo match. Main event hopefully will be good, the 4v4, and then the individual matches hopefully will be good come WrestleMania Backlash as well. As then we have a match between the NXT North American Champion Isaiah Swerve Scott and Dijakovic. Dijakovic defeated by Austin Theory last week by countout. Swerve not too impressed with that, offering Dijakovic a chance here, a fair fight against the champion to show what he can do, and in the end Swerve does come out on top with the JML driver for a 63. Good match. 40 Dijakovic, 76 Swerve, both doing well. As Swerve does get the win here. A fair fight, no count-out victory, just a good old-fashioned pinfall victory over Dijakovic. And an after-match Swerve helping Dijakovic up as best you can help a giant up. And the two men shook hands. A show of respect, Dijakovic leaving, Swerve raising the North American title before he is attacked from behind by Austin Theory, who lays him out before lifting up that North American title. A preview, he says, of what's to come at WrestleMania Backlash. Austin Theory awfully confident in his own ability and in what is to come at WrestleMania Backlash for himself in that NXT North American Championship match with Isaiah Swerve Scott. Can he do it against Swerve? We'll have to wait and see. It's 93 for that, though. Incredible post-match. Swerve is on the form of his life, especially ever since WrestleMania, really. And then we have another little promo video advertising coming soon to NXT, the Ace and the King. Ace Austin, King Corbin, coming soon to the Black and Gold brand, coming soon to NXT, and 83 for that. Corbin and Austin going to be looking forward to us, shaking up the NXT landscape. I'm going to have to make very careful with them on the same brand to very specify Ace Austin and Austin Theory to not confuse things. But still, Corbin and Austin, the Ace and the King, coming to NXT. Before it's time for that massive main event, 4v4, Carmelo Hayes, the leader of Destined for Greatness, DFG, the NXT Women's Champion, Dakota Kai, and the NXT Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, Dominic and Rey Mysterio, taking on Legado, Andrade, Zelina Vega, Humberto Carrillo, and Santos Escobar in a 4v4 tag team match. Before their respective matches, our WrestleMania Backlash getting to put on a show here, looking to get the momentum, get the bragging rights heading there, and in the end, your winners are the team of Hayes, Kai, and the Mysterios. They come out on top. Hayes pinning Humberto Carrillo with a fast roll-up in the end. It gets to the end of the match. There's the frantic bit at the end where they all hit their finishes assaults. And in the end, Carrillo going for the moonsault on Hayes, but Hayes rolling out the way and then rolling up Carrillo for the 1, 2, 3. Getting the bragging rights heading into WrestleMania Backlash, getting the momentum before his massive match with Andrade. Hayes looking to cause a big upset at WrestleMania Backlash and get a massive win in his career against Andrade. Can he do it? We'll have to wait and see. 81 for that, though. A really good main event. I didn't know what to expect. Very fluctuating ratings expected from these people, but they've done incredible. 92 Andrade, 86 Rey, 74 Zelina, 68 Humberto, 68 Dakota, 64 Santos, 63 Carmelo, 47 Dominic. All done pretty well. 81 for the match. I'm very happy with that. As then we have a promo video just going over some of the matches to look forward to at WrestleMania Backlash on the NXT side. As, of course, as always, at the end of the video, I'll go over the full and official match card and then the match card video on Thursday as well. 95 for that, though. Very good. And then we have a very specific promo video talking about that triple threat match. The face of NXT triple threat match at that. Which champion of their respective NXT brand will prove to be the face of NXT? And 84 for that. Before it's time for the contract signing. Gable comes out, Nakamura comes out, Volta, of course, accompanied by Bartel and Aichner come out. Regal there with his assistant, Ridge Holland of sorts, his assistant, his enforcer, his main security guard, whatever you want to call it. All three men get to say their piece. Volta saying that the mat is sacred, saying he has been NXT UK champion for years for a reason, and that is because nobody can step up to Volta. Nobody is good enough to go with Volta. Volta is the face of NXT and everybody knows it, and he's ready to prove it by pummeling the puny Gable and Nakamura into this mat and standing tall as the one true NXT champion. And Nakamura saying that I am better than you and I am better than you, and signing the contract. Nakamura, man, a few words, ready for a fight though. You have to imagine with his strong style, and what a very strong style as well. Those kicks versus those chops. Oh, I can only picture it. What Gable going like and saying that he comes into this maybe as the underdog. He got the biggest win of his career just under a month ago against Randy Orton in WrestleMania, but maybe he is the underdog. Nakamura, former Royal Rumble winner. Volter, one of the biggest, toughest guys on the planet. But he's been an underdog his whole life. He doesn't care. He'll overcome whatever obstacles and whatever odds you put on top of him. At WrestleMania Backlash, he gives it all. He puts it all out there, lays it all on the line, because Chad Gable is the face of NXT. The face of NXT who overcame the odds. Who beat a legend at WrestleMania. Who overcame everything to get here and to stay here. And you can question it and you can doubt it, but Chad Gable is the face of NXT and he is ready to prove it. And 96 for that, the contract signed, the match real and officially set. Gable, Nakamura, Walter, what a main event for NXT. That will be the NXT side of things really at WrestleMania Backlash. Hopefully it'll be really good. Who will prove themselves the face of NXT? We'll have to wait and see. As this episode of NXT gets a 87, I mean, pretty good all things considered. I'm happy enough with that. A lot of people still need building up, but we will do that, of course. As, yes, so close to being done on this go-home show, but still one show left to go. Of course, without further ado, it's time for the go-home edition, heading into WrestleMania Backlash of Smackdown. And here we are for this go-home episode of Smackdown, which gets underway with AJ Styles and Keith Lee. A little training video. First of all, once again, apologies for my cold. If it sounds like 3 different voices doing it each show today, because I've separated a few days between recording for obvious reasons, then, you know, let's pretend I really upped the budget for this season from nothing to something, and that's why it sounds like 3 different people. Not that my voice is getting rapidly worse or better depending on the day. So, training video, Keith Lee and AJ Styles, their Universal Title match, of course, at WrestleMania Backlash. And it's just a little training video, training montage. Both of them getting ready for this fight. Both of them talking about it a little bit as well. Keith Lee working on his strength, working on his power. You know, Keith Lee a big guy, but AJ's dealt with big guys before. AJ's working on his athleticism. AJ's working on his movement. He says he knows that Keith Lee is a strong guy. He's a big guy, you know, big meaty man. And so he's working on being able to get across the ring quickly, get away from Keith Lee, to get high, get above him, to outmaneuver him. And Keith Lee's looking to work on his strength so that when he gets AJ Styles, because he knows AJ Styles is a slippery son of a gun, you know, when he gets his hands on AJ, he can punish him and make it hurt. A 100 for that. A good opening. AJ and Keith, hopefully a good match come WrestleMania Backlash. Fingers crossed in Keith Lee's first match as the Universal Champion. AJ Styles is a pretty good first challenger to have, I'm sure we'll all agree. Before next up, we have Frankie Monet of Deanna's Diamonds, as I've dubbed them, though I usually just call them Deanna's Posse because I don't really like the name Deanna's Diamonds, despite giving it to them. Frankie Monet taking on Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan been an ally to Bianca Belair recently, and Bianca Belair's feud with the Prazo's gang. And yeah, Liv Morgan finding herself against Frankie Monet here tonight of Deanna's little gang, and in the end, Liv Morgan picks up the victory over Monet with a Liv kick for a 62. Good match. Liv Morgan coming out on top. 59 Liv, 48 Frankie. Yeah, that'll be enough of this. Good match, especially looking at their in-ring performances. A 62, very good. Liv done very well. I'm happy as Liv Morgan picks up another victory here. She's been on good form, hasn't she, since Ruby Riott attacked her. So, maybe thank Ruby for attacking her? I don't know, if she wants. As then we go to the ring. Out comes the Bloodline, of course, our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa, his newest member of the Bloodline, the newest man sitting at the table. And, of course, the Usos, number one contenders to the Smackdown Tag Team titles. They come out. They call out Bronson Reed and Samoa Joe. Roman Reigns says that at WrestleMania Backlash, the Usos will win back that SmackDown Tag Team Championship. They will bring those SmackDown Tag Team titles back to my bloodline, back to my family tree, back to sitting at my table. Because that's what they're gonna do. Because they've seen what happens when you fail the bloodline, when you disgrace my bloodline. You've seen what happens to your cousin. So the only option is for them to win. So Bronson, so Samoa, or Joe, as I'll just call y'all. I hope y'all enjoy holding those titles for just a little tiny bit longer, because they're coming back to my family, my bloodline. And Reed and Joe coming out. Reed and Joe not impressed, saying that Roman can make his idle threats, he can say what he wants, but at the end of the day, bitch 1 and bitch 2 over there lost at WrestleMania, and they'll lose at WrestleMania Backlash. It's simple as that. In the end, Solo Sikoa taking a step into the way they're talking towards Roman Reigns, a massive brawl breaking out. At what point, out rushes Jacob Fatu, making his return and helping Bronson Reed and Samoa Joe fight off the Bloodline for a 92, leading to an impromptu 6-man tag team match. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions Bronson Reed and Samoa Joe and Jacob Fatu taking on the trio of brothers in Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso in a 6-man tag team match. And in the end, it's Jacob Fatu, Bronson Reed and Samoa Joe pick up the victory. Jacob Fatu pinning Jimmy Uso with the best moonsault ever, as it is so dubbed. Jacob Fatu getting the victory for his team here, pinning Jimmy Uso. 81 for the match, pretty good, all things considered, considering some of the people were in it. 81 Jey, 79 Jimmy, 79 Bronson, 73 Samoa, 58 Jacob, 35 Solo. I'm happy with this. Jacob Fatu getting the victory for his team, and then staring down Roman Reigns staring him down, not impressed watching Jacob get the pin, not impressed watching Jimmy being pinned. Roman Reigns not impressed, full stop. As then we go backstage to a promo from the Forgotten Sons, Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake, and they won Breezango last week. They got involved. They, part of what cost Breezango the SmackDown Tag Team title contendership match. And they're here, they say they want Breezango, they want another match, WrestleMania Backlash. Will Breezango accept? Probably, for a 30. As then, we have another promo. We go to the ring, and it's a promo from the United States Champion Xavier Woods. And Xavier Woods talks about how no one is at his level. He's been operating at a level, above a level, above a level for a long, long time now. His YouTube channel is up, up, down, down. But my career path is just up, 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 up. Because that's what I am. I'm the best. Better than Big E, better than Kofi. I'm the US champ for a reason. I am redefining this championship. I'm bringing a legacy to it that it's never had before. No one's brought the prestige. No one's brought the class, the intelligence, the ability. No one's brought nothing to this title in too damn long. I've pulled it from obscurity. I've pulled it from nothingness. I'm making it mean something. Because no one can touch me still. No one's at my level. No one's at my level. No one can go toe-to-toe in the ring with me. Physically. Mentally. Verbally. Anything. People have tried, sure, and they've goddamn failed. When he's interrupted by a very, very angry Mustafa Ali, who he turned on a few weeks back. And Ali saying towards, well, saying is a bit strong for what happens, I guess. Woods saying to Ali, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think we were friends? Did you think you mattered? Do you think I cared? Because I don't. You were a means to an end that ended. I don't need you anymore. You've outlived your purpose. You've outlived your usefulness. I don't need you anymore. Woods going to hit Ali. Ali ducking down and going at Woods himself, taking him off his feet. Barrage of punches. Xavier was managing to get out of the ring, but leaving the US title behind. And then you have the imagery of Mustafa Ali picking up the US title and raising it up as Woods protests for a 76. Ali clearly not happy with Woods using him and making it very clear that he's not happy. He's very much not happy with the US champion for that 76. Yeah, good little promo segment before it's time for the $1 million championship match. On one side, of course, we have the champion, Bianca Belair. And on the other, we have the former champion, Deonna Purrazzo. A WrestleMania rematch as Deonna Purrazzo looks to reclaim her gold and Bianca looks to retain her title again. During the match, both women giving it everything they've got. Bianca taking advantage a little bit, Deonna taking the advantage a little bit, Bianca getting it back. Unlike WrestleMania, of course, Deonna's gang not banned from ringside, so out they run to try and provide a distraction, but then outruns Liv Morgan, dual-wielding Kendo 6. She goes hell to leather on Deonna's little gang, providing a distraction to Deonna as well, of course. Which in turn, Deonna distracted, looking towards Liv Morgan up the ramp. Bianca Belair picking up Deonna from behind, plants her with the KOD, and picks up the victory. Your winner, and still the $1 million champion, is Bianca Belair for a 76. Good match. 65 Bianca, 67 Deonna. Both doing well, but Bianca's the one who comes out on top. Deonna's gang trying to get involved, trying to provide a distraction, but Liv Morgan helping Bianca here and standing in the way of Deonna once again. For that 76, I'm happy. Good match, good little title match. I like to, in the go-home shows, have some big matches as well, to kind of just set the stage as a lead-in for the premium live event to come. And so, yeah, a good match for that, most definitely. As after the match, Deonna's group helping her up the ramp as Liv gets in the ring and raises Bianca's hand. Lovely moment, but just as well, maybe Liv Morgan got her eyes on something a little bit more. Maybe Liv Morgan having a little side eye glance at that $1 million title. Helping Bianca here, but one of her problems with Deonna stems from her trying to put herself in that $1 million title picture. So, you never know. 88 for that segment. Good little segment. Good little match. Good little post-match segment. I'm happy. As then, out comes L.A. Knight. L.A. Knight coming out with Alfonso Bourbon and Socrates Torres, Spanish Fly. And L.A. Knight saying, let me talk to you. LA Knight talking about WrestleMania Backlash. Because WrestleMania, let's talk about it. I pinned John Cena 1, 2, 3 clean. The 16-time world champ put on his ass for free by big old LA Knight. And WrestleMania Backlash, well, I ain't feeling no backlash for my actions. I ain't feeling no repercussions. No, I don't even know if I'm gonna be on the card. I've issued my challenge to Big Bad Fad back there. But where is he? Big Bad Fad, not looking so big, not looking so bad. But the Fad of Fad is slowly dying and slowly coming a bit undone. It seems to big old LA Knight. Thaddeus Bullard, you had your 5 minutes of fame, didn't you? That's over. No. The spotlight is now firmly right here where it always should be. Right here with LA Knight. Right here with Spanish Fly. And there's not a damn thing you can do about that. Yeah! When the music of Thaddeus Bullard hits, make a move, Titus O'Neil's fame, it's still a banger. I stand by that. And it still works for Big Bad Thad. LA Knight and Spanish Fly, startled, getting ready. And then out storms. Well, it's not Big Bad Thad. It's Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes wearing a Thaddeus Bullard mask. Okay, because I cannot stress this enough. He's not black-facing. I really want to specify that. He's wearing a Thaddeus Bullard mask. And he's got Thaddeus Bullard's trunks on, his boots on, he's got his attire on, and he's got a Thaddeus Bullard mask on. That's all, nothing else. And they're all having a laugh as he comes down to the ring in LA Knight, and 82, and LA Knight saying that, you know what? This would be probably more of a challenge than the actual Thaddeus, wouldn't it? But no. No, because Thaddeus, he's too afraid, he's too coward to step up to old LA Knight. He knows whatever legacy he thought he was trying to build got damaged enough at WrestleMania without stepping in the ring with Showtime, with the $1 million megastar, with the man who beats Hall of Famers, with the man who's going right to the top, baby. Yeah, LA Knights. LA Knight's music playing, they're happy, they're having a nice time. When the music of Thaddeus Bullard hits again, I a bit, stalled again, because why? And he's shown why. When out walks Thaddeus Bullard, very much not happy, storming to the ring. LA Knight telling Cameron Grimes to, stand his ground whilst Knight, Torres and Bourbon slip out from behind Bullard in the ring. And he takes out Cameron Grimes with a Bullard boot, lifts him up, Bullard bomb, tosses him from the ring, grabs the mic, and he tells LA Knight, I'll see you at WrestleMania Backlash. 85 for that. Good segments. Massive match confirmed. WrestleMania Backlash, LA Knight, Thaddeus Bullard. Fingers crossed it's good. Bullard brand's gone to absolute all hell. But Knight and Bullard fighting at WrestleMania Backlash, who will come out on top before. It's time for the main event. We've had Charlotte versus Sonya. We've had Ronda versus Tay. And now it's time for Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. One win for the champions. One win for No Mercy. Who will come out here? Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler in the end in this WrestleMania 36 rematch. All hell breaks loose and it defends into all chaos, because of course it does, for an 81. 95 Becky, 78 Shayna, both doing really well. They have great chemistry as well. But yeah, no clear and direct winner shown. It just breaks into a massive brawl between the three teams. The two teams of three superstars apiece. All brawling it out, all having a big fight. Road agents and refs and security have to rush out and pull them apart. I put Charles Robinson instead of Charlotte, because of course I have, but you get the gist. Charles Robinson's one of the refs who's come down to break it up. There you go, a little cannon for you. They're held apart to end things. This massive 6-woman tag team match come WrestleMania Backlash. Fingers crossed it'll be good. It's 93 for the post. Overall, this go-home episode of the show, Smackdown, gets an 88. I'm happy. Good show. Everything's been built to, everything's been led to. And hopefully we'll have some good premium live events this weekend. The cards of which are as follows. Starting off with WrestleMania Backlash. We have some pre-show matches, of course, but then on the main card, we're kicking off things with the Universal Championship match. Keith Lee versus AJ Styles. If you're not going to end the show, why not start it? Keith Lee and AJ Styles looking to find out who is the best superstar. Keith Lee looking to make his first defense of the Universal title, but AJ Styles insistent on not letting Keith Lee have another moment at his expense. On the NXT side, we have Andrade taking on Carmelo Hayes. Andrade lost the Cruiserweight title at WrestleMania. He's looking to bounce back immediately, but Carmelo Hayes says he's destined for greatness, and a victory over Andrade could definitely help him towards that aspiration. Xavier Woods, the United States champion, has been in real good form of late, but he's really pissed off Mustafa Ali, and a regular Mustafa Ali is hard enough to deal with, but a pissed off Mustafa Ali, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, the US title on the line when those two collide. The Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships in a WrestleMania rematch, the Mysterios defending against Legado. Can Rey and Dominic, the father-son team, keep a hold of their newly acquired gold? Or Humberto Carrillo and Santos Escobar immediately recapture the championships for Legado? LA Knight and Thaddeus Bullard were members of the Bullard brand, but now they collide one-on-one at WrestleMania Backlash. The Bullard brand has gone up in flames, but who will stand tall? Will it be Knight or Bullard? The Cruiserweight Championship is up for grabs in a triple threat match. Trey Griffin in his first defense will be taking on both Cedric Alexander and Ricochet. Either challenger would be tough enough, but both together, well, that's going to be a massive challenge that Trey Griffin's going to have to overcome, but he seems up for it, so hopefully a good match between those three. With the Smackdown tag titles on the line when Bronson Reed and Samoa Joe look to defend in their own WrestleMania rematch against the Usos. Roman Reigns has told the Usos, don't disgrace my bloodline, don't disgrace my family name. Will they be a disgrace or will they be Smackdown Tag Champs again? We'll have to find out. Whilst Isaiah Swerve Scott defends his North American Championship against Austin Theory. Austin Theory looking for his first bit of championship gold here in the WWE. Isaiah Swerve Scott looking for another defense and to keep a hold of that NXT North American title for another day. Whilst Roman Reigns finally one-on-one with Jacob Fatu. He sent Solo Sikoa to do his dirty work. He sent other people to do his dirty work, but now deciding I'll deal with this myself. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, one-on-one. Whilst the NXT Women's Championship on the line when Dakota Kai faces off with Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega looking to win some championship gold for the Legado herself, but Dakota Kai having only won that title at WrestleMania. It's been so long. She's been in NXT, finally having won the title after all that time. You have to think she will be hard-pressed to want to lose it so quickly. So while speaking of NXT, we'll look to find off the one true face of NXT when the NXT champion Chad Gable, the NXT Japan champion Shinsuke Nakamura, and the NXT UK champion Walter go head-to-head in a triple threat match. All three men want to prove that they are the face of NXT, that they are the star of NXT, but who will come out on top and prove it once and for all. Whilst in the main event, a massive triple threat, another massive 6-women tag team match with the Women's Universal and Women's Tag Team titles on the line. Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, the three women who faced off in the first ever Women's WrestleMania main event, teamed together to take on No Mercy, Shayna Baszler, Tay Conti and Sonya Deville. One of the things this season I wanted to do a bit more, is I'll just say it honestly, book women a bit better. And you know what? We're kicking off things with a women's main event of a pay-per-view featuring the women's tag titles as well. I'm happy with that. Hopefully it'll be a really good match. Will No Mercy get all the gold, or will Rousey, Lynch and Flair manage to #coexist and come out on top on their own? WrestleMania Backlash looking stacked. Hopefully will be good. But also, of course, we have the Raw exclusive Vengeance, which features for the Intercontinental Championship. Montez Ford had a massive moment at WrestleMania winning the gold. But can he keep a hold of it against, quite arguably, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, Y2J, Chris Jericho? Chris Jericho having returned on Raw after WrestleMania, looking to make an immediate impact and immediately reclaim the championship he made famous, he says. Whilst another superstar who another superstar who arrived at WrestleMania, MJF, won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale and looks to make it 2 for 2 in pay-per-view appearances, taking on The Miz. Two big personalities, two big superstars, larger than life, looking to come out on top, but who will? MJF and The Miz collide at Vengeance. For the Raw Tag Team Championships, the Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, look to make their first defense in another WrestleMania rematch. I've noticed all the tag title matches are WrestleMania rematches, but there's no Owens and Zayn here in this match, as the Broserweights take on the Celtic Warriors, McIntyre and Sheamus, who will come out on top with the Raw Tag titles on the line. Portela Muerte made her wrestling WWE return having been gone for MMA, and immediately set her sights on Sasha Banks. She dealt with Charlotte Flair. Now she wants Sasha Banks. She claims the Four Horsemen, the institution, choking out the WWE's women's division, and she is taking a stand against it. Will Sasha Banks be there to accept Moet's challenge? We'll have to wait and see. Whilst Tommaso Ciampa defends his hardcore championship against one of Raw's newest superstars, Damian Priest. Priest at WrestleMania defeating The Fiend, Karrion Kross, and the Demon, Finn Balor, in a fatal 4-way Monsters Ball match. But this is Tommaso Ciampa. This is the Blackheart, a man who's willing to do whatever it takes to come out on top and keep hold of that hardcore title. It's going to be a real bloodbath when those two collide, you have to imagine. Whilst in tag team action, it's Randy Orton and Angel Garza teaming for the first time ever against the Dirty Dogs, all when debuting on Raw post-WrestleMania. And immediately coming to the aid of Angel Garza against the Dirty Dogs. And now the two teaming up to take on the Dirty Dogs here. Will the Dirty Dogs tag team connection and chemistry come into play much? Or can Garza and Orton find that connection themselves on their way to a hopeful victory for their team? The women's world title on the line when Io Shirai defends against Naomi. Naomi looking to win some championship gold. It's been way too long since Naomi had a singles women's championship. Has it? Actually? No, she was $1 million champion, so it's been about a year. Less than a year for me, actually. But still, like a world championship. There you go. So can she come out on top, or will Io Shirai manage to keep hold of her gold? Still, she's only held it for a month, so you have to think she'll want to. Whilst in the main event of Vengeance, of course, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, WrestleMania rematch, 60-minute Iron Man rules. Can Kyle O'Reilly keep a hold of his WWE Championship and prove it wasn't a fluke and it wasn't just luck? Or Adam Cole prove in his own words that he is better than Kyle O'Reilly? Kyle O'Reilly only ever just got lucky against him at WrestleMania. 2 stacked nights of action. I cannot wait for those premium live events. Match card video on Thursday as always. Premium live events, pay-per-views on Saturday as always as well. I really hope you've enjoyed and you're looking forward to them. If you are, leave a comment down below. What match are you most looking forward to from the pay-per-view special next episode? While you're down there, why don't you leave a like and subscribe for more if you're enjoying. And as always, I just want to say thank you for watching.